And I had pulled my heart from him because I loved everything I was doing. I loved it so much that I pushed the one person I thought I wanted away. And I didn't know what to do with that. And then it dawned on me, you know what? If I believe what I believe in energy, then this is the right thing. I'm not going to fight to keep somebody that doesn't want to be with me. I don't even know that I want to be with him. All I know is that he's a good friend and we live together easily. He's the dad of Anna. And I didn't know what to do. So I thought that was kind of bad. And okay, I cried a lot. But in 2007, that's when everything, you started hearing the buzz about the recession. The recession's happening. The recession's happening. All this stuff is going to happen. People are going to lose their jobs, the housing market, blah, 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 blah. Well, I'm an energy body worker. I don't need to worry about that stuff. But what just happened to me? My whole life changed. So, how energy works. The strongest vibration always wins. If I am in fear, the fear is going to win. If I'm in love, the life-sustaining force of the universe, the love is going to win. So I spent all these years living my life from the point of love. And then also I was fearful. I was so scared. What would my daughter feel? She's not going to have her dad. We lived close. He could see her. We actually had dinner every single night, and then he'd leave. And then we made it 5 nights a week, then 4 nights a week, and then he'd go over there or she'd go over there. It was the smoothest break that anybody could have ever wanted. We actually fought a lot when she wasn't around, but other than that, it was the smoothest break. But we fought a lot. I wasn't a person to fight a lot. And so now I'm in this energy of just all this negativity, all this destruction. I don't even know what to do with it except to try to be happy and smile and go on. There's a point where you have to fake it to make it. And there's a point you have to accept and embrace your vulnerability, embrace your broken heart, embrace the feelings of the shattered dreams that you just lost and hold them close to you. And realize you didn't need those. That a dream is just a dream unless you put a goal to it. A dream is just a fantasy unless you take steps toward it. And I'm going to take steps away from this. So it can't be my dream anymore. And I can't hold on to it. I can't grab it on like it was a broken mirror until my hands bleed, until my heart bleeds. It wasn't worth it. I had a daughter to be happy for. You know what? I'm going to be the best, amazing single mom that I can be. So I just kept trying to tell myself that, trying to tell myself. But what I didn't do was embrace the pain so it could go. So this underlying vibration and energy of fear is there. And I do have to explain, I only believe there are 2 emotions, love and fear. Love as the life-sustaining force of the universe, and fear, which is anything that blocks love. Anything at all that blocks love is not true, because if God is only true and love is only true and the universe is all that's true, then this really isn't true. It's just what gets you to see that you're going in the wrong direction. I knew all these concepts in the 90s. It's in the 2000s now. Let's see, 2007. So we're nearing now the Christmas of 2007, going into 2008. I hear people are making changes. I'm like, my business isn't going to go down. My business isn't going to go down. Oh my gosh. 2008. There was one day, I'll never forget it. It was one day where I made good money by myself. I could make, I don't know. I want to say it was like, let's say I was at 2,000 that week, or 1,000. Let's say 1,000 that week. Okay. It was probably 2,000. Yes. It went from 2,000 to 500. That was the craziest. So my income, it was less than half. And it was overnight. And it was strange because I didn't think it would happen. And I wouldn't change anything because I knew it was going to be okay. I knew it was going to be okay. I knew it was going to be okay. It wasn't okay. It wasn't okay. And I moved out from the person's house and I took my house back. I told him, I said, I need to live in the house. My daughter needs a home with her mother. And that's what we need to do. And he moved to another city. Still was able to drive and see her, but we got more distance. And I moved back into my home. Ah, it felt so good living in my home. But the economy didn't change. It's really amazing because you can survive situations, but if you're lying to yourself about what you're feeling in it, you're not really going to survive or thrive. You're going to exist. So I was existing on one level and then loving my daughter on another. And here's the beauty. There are silver linings. I was losing everything. I was losing my business. I actually forced myself to apply at a restaurant I did not want to work at. And I never did do it. I don't think I even got called. They knew I was a massage therapist. But either way, I forced myself to fill out an application and I prayed that I didn't get called. I did not want to do anything but massage. And honestly, I had worked so much that it dawned on me, I didn't really know my daughter as well as I thought I had. I would take her to my work and we had our moments of everything that we did was together, but I was always working or always trying to figure out how to make more business, how to market, how to do this. Everything was dying around me. Everybody was losing their homes. Everything was happening. And in a small town, it was a huge impact, a huge impact. But you know what I did get to do? I had amazing hours upon hours upon hours with my daughter. I had time with my daughter that I didn't even know I missed. Forget the marriage. That didn't matter to me anymore. I have this amazing, beautiful, small, tiny soul. And do you know all she did was laugh and smile? She felt nothing of pain. I was like horrified because I was like, oh my gosh, what are we going to do? And she'd be like, what do you want to do today, Mom? And so in a weird, strange way, I had so much love and so much possibility of just enjoying that moment. And I'd never been so humbled as to have no money. Everything came so easily to me in energy and anything. It just was so easy. And now I felt like a complete victim. And I didn't even believe in victimhood. That's what's funnier. I kept denying it because I'm like, I can't be a victim. I know I can't be a victim. If I know and believe everything I know, I can't be a victim. But here's what's interesting. Everything that we do, there's a vibrational draw. Just because a recession happened didn't mean I had to lose everything. But when my husband at the time said, I'm not a one-woman man, it took something out of me. It deflated me. It deflated my ego, but it deflated my heart. And it's not because I wanted that so much. It's because it hurt. And once it hurt, because I didn't fully feel it, that hurt stayed. So if we have a wound that we won't allow ourselves to go in and delve and feel and embrace and forgive, then it stays. And then no matter how high we are here, there's this thing pulling down our vibration. And it's whatever is the strongest wins, either the happy vibration or the negative vibration, but whatever is strongest wins. So I just decided I was going to have fun with my daughter for a while. That's okay. I own my home. I could probably go a few months and not pay and catch up on it when everything turns around. This will be fine. It'll be easy. It was not easy. But the part that I was sharing about living and just enjoying my daughter, I found so many cool things to do with little money. And since I wasn't paying my mortgage now because, well, in a couple of months, I'm going to make all that money again. I'll catch it up. I was working for I massage. I worked for myself, but I also did accidents. At that time, the law was that massage therapists could work on car accident people, victims like that. Now that doesn't exist, but back then it did. And people that are in trauma get in a lot of car accidents. So I'm like, oh, this will be fine. It still didn't happen. Nothing was going to save me in that way. But all I decided to do was have fun with my daughter. I did have some money aside, so I still had some money to live on, a little bit, but I knew it would dwindle down. But I got this. I swam in that energy. I swam in that negativity. And being a visionary healer, knowing everything that I had to know, didn't matter. Once I felt like a victim, I got victimized by life. But it was my own fault. Not fault, but responsibility to change my thoughts. I didn't take that responsibility. I kind of sunk into it. I started selling off furniture in my house, and my daughter would come home from school. Actually, I'd pick her up, and we'd walk in. And one day, our living room had like half the stuff gone. I took a deep breath as we walked in. I wondered what her reaction would be. And she goes, oh, what happened? And I went, I cleared out the space so we could play better. And she goes, really? Oh, let's get some blankets. So we made a fort. I should have taken pictures, but we made a fort in our house of all the leftover furniture, except for the piano. I still have that piano, actually. But all the leftover furniture, we just covered with blankets, and we made a fort. I just decided that I was going to enjoy my daughter, the part of her that I never got to see when I was working really hard. I was a stay-at-home mom, and she doesn't remember, and I had such bliss those 3 years. I loved it. 2.5 years. I loved it. But then I went to massage school, became a massage therapist, worked really hard, had this collapsing marriage, and now a collapsing home and business. We had kitty cats. We had everything that we had to lose. And strange, I gotta tell you, when I was living at the house, I had roommates, and everyone got cleared out in March of 2008. Something happened, boom, that person was gone. Something happened, boom, that person was gone. Something happened, boom, that person was gone. It was only my daughter and I in the house. And that was actually really nice. I liked that. But I had no other people to rely on in any way, shape, or form. Have you ever felt your heart burn? Have you ever felt that you couldn't be the mom that you were supposed to be because of all the situations that are happening to you? I can't be a victim. I don't believe in victimhood. How can I be here? It was crazy. So I believe the God of my understanding. I believe that God sometimes does for us what we cannot do for ourselves. Technically, I didn't want to live in that town anymore. After everything went down in a small town, when you get divorced, I gotta tell you, you hear rumors. You hear people say, Tasha's not really walking her talk. And I'm like, how can divorce mean I'm not walking my talk? I'm going through what everybody goes through. The problem is I felt judged. I felt like everybody judged me for everything I was going through. And I just didn't want to be there anymore. So no matter what I did, nothing worked. Everything was being stripped away. I lost my home. I never did make that money where I was going to catch it up. I really thought I was going to, but I never did. I lost my home. I kept my car. That I kept. But I lost my business. I lost everything. And I would have been homeless. We would have been living out of my car if it hadn't been that my parents live a town over. So I called my parents. I said, do you mind if we come stay with you for a while? And at my age, I was like, I felt defeated. I didn't know what to do. I just was like, how can this happen to me? The person who sees everything before it happens. I just don't understand. But I had to deal with what I had to deal with. Now, my heart may have been full of broken desires. My heart may have been squeezed dry in so many ways. But when I started opening up to my daughter and spending that amazing time, it started being filled again. And I realized I didn't need a man. I didn't need a house. I didn't need the